We need to sort of change mindset within companies. Then we create some kind of context where we help the people who work in different roles at different companies to change their mindset into thinking, for example, more about circular design principles when they design, or to think more about how do the company create a different culture in their supply chain. So a culture that is not where the global north doesn't decide everything and tells the global south what to do, but where we have a common approach to the making of textiles, essentially. We have to involve all stakeholders. Everybody that is affected by what we do, we need to involve them in some way. We have to move away from a top-down perspective. We have to also, there should be the top-down perspective, but we also need to think about the bottom-up perspective and include the people at the bottom, if I may say, in decision-making. That we are brave enough to reach outside our comfort zone and talk to industries or industries or people in society that we would normally not talk to. Our role, as I see it here, is to think and develop the solutions that are maybe 5-10 years ahead of what industry right now can do. I would say that we should be the ones who take the risk and develop things that we don't know if they will work, and then we try them here, and sometimes we fail and sometimes we succeed. You have to step outside your comfort zone a lot to do that. It can, especially if you have an engineer brain like I have, where if it's logical it should work, but people are not logical, so we have to include that also in our projects. Science Park is a good place for companies to test their products or test their ideas before they scale them up. And it's not only to scale them up in the sense of making more products. We also have the perspective on scaling, where we impact culture. So companies might have a role to play, and they have a responsibility to impact, for example, purchasing culture or consumption culture. And that is also somewhere Science Park is also a place where they can try that, where they can try how do we impact consumption culture. The best for us is if a company comes to us and says, we have identified this, whatever it's an opportunity, a challenge, a problem. If they come to us with that and say, we want this investigated, we want to try this, then we can do that in the safety of these 4 walls. And it doesn't have to have a huge impact on the company. Mostly when we work with companies, we come up with things together and we try out with a small part of their customers if something works. And then if it's successful, then it might be a part of their business model in a couple of years. If it's not successful, then we will still learn from that and see what not to do. We have to move into thinking about how can we regenerate society and make it stronger? How can we regenerate nature and make nature stronger? How can we build an economy that is good for everybody? I mean, we all do this already now, but I think that we need to even more clarify that this is what we have to do. How can we not only stay inside the planetary boundaries, but make them more resilient? How do we do that? We have worked a lot with circular economy and with recycling and design for circular economy, design for recycling. But we have to start within a couple of years, think how can we design for regenerating Mother Nature. That is our only option. It will be irresponsible not to do that. So that is our future. Any other future is unthinkable.